What is going on, everybody? Let me switch to this. All right, I think we're good. Get the volume going back on there. What's up, folks? All right, just a heads up here. I'll turn this down quick. This is going to be a very chill stream. I'm going to be a little bit quieter than I normally am. It is 5:56 in the morning right here. People are still asleep in the same building that I'm in. So, a little bit different than our normal stream, but I figured we would try something different. And, yeah, we're going to live react to the Devs PTS stream this morning. We have over 150 people in the stream. I appreciate everybody being here. But how y'all doing? We got Trey, Delta, Mark, Christian, Helios, Modern, Darth. Good to see you, man. Rye Bread, Leo, Joker, Sandy, EM. We got everybody. Appreciate you all tuning in. Like I said, we're trying something a little bit different today. But we'll do a live react. We'll see what they show off at the PTS. It is live right now. If you own the Division 2 on PC, you can jump up to Ubisoft Connect, download the PTS, and play for yourself. We can see their little prep thing right here. Funny enough, Jacuzzi, I actually am not a coffee drinker, believe it or not. But I have my big glass of water here to get me started for the day, so that is good enough for me. Before they start this, I did just want to show you guys, they announced this earlier. They did make an amendment to the patch notes overnight for Year 7 Season 1. If we go down here, they've confirmed that watch mules are no more as of Year 7. So scavenging points are now going to be shared across all characters on the account. Hardcore will have their own separate pool. Access to the shared pool is granted for each new character upon gaining access to the watch at 40. So because we're getting a level 40 boost, and because frankly I don't think that system really ever should have existed personally, they're going to be fixing that. But I believe they said they're going to talk about this on the stream as well. Alright, we have just about a minute to go. For the most part, I'll let them talk. I mean, I'll give my reactions and stuff as we go through. And then, yeah, we'll have all weekend to dive into the PTS. That's why we aren't friends? Come on, Jacuzzi, please. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. Gilrand, I've not. I've never done one. Kozik, what's up, dude? Good to see you. When will the new season drop? May 27th, alongside the Battle for Brooklyn DLC. Alright, so as the stream starts up and Yannick and Daria begin talking, or maybe it won't be Daria? Because they have new community people. I don't know. I'm actually curious to see, but let me know about the audio if you want me to turn them up. Or turn anything, whatever, audio-wise, just let me know in the chat and I'll do it. But here we go, folks. Excited to watch with y'all. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching it with me. We got over 200 people in here. Let's go.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, it's Leonardo.
We are live. Yes.
We made it.
Welcome to this
guy's
PTS
super
stream.
nice.
We're about to show you some pretty nice eye candy. The PTS is actually live, so some of you might have had some spoilers already logging into the PTS. But today we're going to show you everything that has to do with this new season that is coming, as we're about to start a very exciting Year 7. What a start of the year. And actually even better as a start of the year, I am joined today with a new face and a new voice. Who are you, neighbor on my left?
Yeah, I am. Can you see here? I am.
Are you on my left or my right, actually, technically? Yeah. I don't know.
So yeah, I'm Leo Lorenzoni. So some people would see my name on Discord as Chancellor. I'm the new community developer here, at Massive, working on the Division 2, and I'm pretty excited because I think there's no better way of starting this journey with such a passionate community by being here on a PTS stream, start off a new year, starting off a new season, a lot of cool stuff, a lot of things to cover. Super excited to be here, and welcome everyone. Welcome those that woke up very early. I know that the time for the stream is not the usual, so I really appreciate if you made to this stream early in the morning.
Yeah.
He's super nice. He was asking a ton of questions while we were there.
I heard that. So just to align expectations here, it's my third week at Massive, so I still don't know the game as much as you guys know, so I'm going to be kind of the newbie here, the rookie. But I think I can manage very well. And just to be sure, this stream is about the PTS, so we're not going to cover Brooklyn. We're not going to talk about the DLC. Obviously, if you ask some questions in the chat, we might get some answers by the end, but the focus here is the PTS, the new season. We have a schedule with everything that we're going to talk. We're going to talk about modifiers, new gear, journey, scout. So we're going to talk about the things that matters for you that are playing our test server this weekend. So save your questions for the end. We're going to cover them, and it's going to be, super cool. Yannick,
yes.
First of all, how we're going to start? We're going to start talking about the new season called Crossroads.
Yes, we're embarking on Crossroads, which is the new season. We are starting year 7, so we are at the crossroads. Really, this is a really meaningful moment for the Division 2. I think for all those of you that have been part of the journey throughout all those years, this is a new energy with which we're embarking into this year. We have the DLC coming. We have the new season. We are riding a wave right now, so it's really a very big, important moment for us. And in this season, you will see that there is one thematic. We look towards the future, but we also kind of look back at the past because in this season, the one driver that we've had in pretty much a lot of the design efforts we've been doing.
Is the audio good for the stream,
since we're going back to Brooklyn with the DLC, well, why not revisit some of the Division 1 IDs and Division 1 nostalgia? And that's really that throwback ID, that throwback dynamic that we try to bring with us in this season. So you will see a lot of that, of the Division 1 fingerprints on many of the decisions we've made in this season.
Yeah, I read already.
Thank you very much, guys,
comments
for the feedback
about the reference to the Division 1. So I'm excited to see how you guys are going to explore everything that we prepared for this season. And we're going to start talking about the season by talking about the modifiers, because that's something that we're very happy with how it went the past 2 seasons. And modifiers this time, they are kind of related to Division 1, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we did the first season with the range modifiers. We did last season with Rogue Momentum, which obviously was already an improvement, and Rogue Momentum had was received positively, I would say, by some of you at least, and overall. So it's always hard to, how do we build on something that people liked? But with this modifier, we are actually, as you said, we're going to be exploring some of the ideas from Division 1. And the idea was mechanically one of the super important thing in the RPG game of Division 1 was the attributes. You had 3 attributes, 1 red, 1 blue, 1 yellow, which were called, if I remember right, firearms,
stamina, and
I think it was called something else in Division 1. Toughness,
sorry.
I think it was called in Division 1. Toughness and electronics. And we thought, what if we revisit that? What if we bring back that ID as a modifier in the Division 2? And so that's kind of what drove all of the design effort. And then with that came the other ID
I'm really curious to see how the modifiers go.
What if we bring back the links from Division 1? So for those of you like me who were here 10 years ago on Division 1, you remember we had those links, which were those ultimate abilities you could trigger that would give you that very intense kick to turn around a fight potentially. And so this is what we are bringing back in the form of the active modifiers. So you will see all of that in this PTS and with this season. So a lot of the mechanics of these modifiers are inspired by those two things. So I can show you. I'm ready. I'm in game. if we want to look at that.
I think some people noticed that you were in game.
People noticed me already.
Yeah.
So hello everyone in game. Hello everyone in chat.
That's funny.
And
again, appreciate everybody tuning into my stream here to watch this. If you have not hit the like button already, I would appreciate it.
This is your time to shine.
Helps me out.
Yeah.
Please keep it clean.
Can I answer one of the questions from the chat already?
Okay, sure.
Because we got people asking if I'm real Brazilian. Yes, I am real Brazilian. I don't know how. I don't think I mentioned that I'm Brazilian, but I think the accent tells a lot. So
do you think the accent gives it away? I don't know. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No.
I think Brazilians have a very good way of getting the other Brazilians' accent. So yeah, I'm Brazilian, and salve para todo mundo aí em português também. Yeah.
Do you okay, can we just take 1 minute because you know where this is going. Just before we went live, Leo gave me a preview of his football broadcast commentary talents.
Yeah.
Can you give us
I've done that for a long time, American football as well. And I used to be like a radio host, so sometimes I would like just non-stop narrate a match for like 1 hour, and it'd be something like Ronaldinho passa para Ronaldo, vai passar para dentro da área, vai fazer o gol, you know, like that very specific
He's gonna be a good presenter.
Of Brazilian.
That's proper Brazilian.
Yeah. Now everyone knows that I'm Brazilian.
Yeah.
That question is crossed.
Now
okay.
it's out of the way.
Let's talk about modifiers.
And as Seven says in chat, it's nice to finally have an accent since Yannick doesn't have one, clearly. So no, you'll be the one with the accent compared to my proper perfect English.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of accents, absolutely not related, but let's look at the modifiers. This is how talented I am at segue. So, all right. Global modifier. So we have the modifier hardcore. Once again, yes, all of that is already in patch notes. The PTS is already live. We're doing the stream a bit later this week. Somehow we've been busy. We've been cooking for the year 7. So this one is a bit late compared to usual. You might know all of that already, but otherwise, let's go through that. So with this season, as I said, the modifier is called hardcore. You will have 3 attributes. You will have firearms, stamina, and electronics. Those attributes will basically give you bonuses the higher you rank in those attributes. You will get first
exactly, Trey. This is very much
some
Division
score
1 season,
in those attributes
including
based on the
back
cores
to
that you have on your gear. So if you have 3 red cores, 2 blue cores, whatever, you will have that added to your score in those attributes. And then as you take down NPCs, they will have markers on them, red, yellow, and blue. As you take down NPCs, you increase that score, and so you reach the next thresholds in each of those attributes. The further you are in these attributes,
so you could get
as
70%
I said,
crit
the stronger
chance
the bonus.
with the firearms bonus.
And then you get also an extra powerful effect once you cap the attribute at tier 5. So this is the main dynamic we have here. One thing that is important, I'm actually going to jump straight to the passive to mention one thing that is very important with this season. We're bringing back again an idea that comes from Division 1, is that your passives, you'll see, are actually a bit stronger than passives we've had in previous seasons. And there's a reason for that, is that they actually have tier requirements on the attributes. So what that means is, for example, this passive that I have here,
Grim Leo is the new community
25% of
developer.
your crit hit chance value is added
massive.
to your crit
I met him
damage,
while I was over there the other week. Super
while
nice
at
guy,
tier 5
super
in
passionate,
firearms.
very
so this
excited
one
to
will
get
only be active
into
when
the
I reach tier
community,
5 in firearms.
It should be a good addition.
So there's a whole dynamic here that you need to take into account.
So if you lost this, if you go back to like tier 4, you lost the passive, right?
Yeah, the passive will be deactivated for the duration until you go back to tier 5.
And you activate again.
Yeah, if you're really attached to it, you can just build a build with 5 red cores, then you will be at tier 5 all the time. And then the passive will be active all the time. Or you have less red cores, you're not at tier 5, but then you need to actually take down the NPCs and play the score game to actually reach it. There's a few things that are pretty cool here. Why does crit chance actually, why do we value it so much here? There's one thing that's pretty interesting that we're doing for the first time in the Division 2 here, is that the firearms bonus you're getting here, you'll see gain a crit hit chance bonus that does not count towards the crit hit chance cap. So the bonus in crit hit chance you're going to get from firearms is added on top of the cap. So if you're already at 60% crit hit chance, that bonus goes on top of that. So you can actually go beyond. which makes these kind of passives even more interesting and even more powerful. So once again, a lot of intricacies. I'm not going to go through all of that because honestly, I don't understand all of it. But you people will do. But let's just, we can look at the passives quickly. We have two types of passives. We have the simple ones, which are the ones that are connected directly to one of the attributes. So you have the ones that are connected to your stamina. So this one has a stamina requirement. You get protection from it. It's based on
what's up, Daniel?
Each of the blue cores you have. You have, of course, electronics ones, also based on your electronics score. You have so 6 of them, so 2 per color
ones.
basically.
Interesting.
2 red, 2 blue, 2 yellow.
Oh, look at that symbol for the best kind of defense.
And then we have hybrid ones.
Sick.
So those require a combination of red and blue, blue and yellow, red and yellow, and a couple that are actually for all of the colors. So
well, at tier
5.
For
example, tier 5 on all attributes, you get a bonus in everything.
Stack that with
so
Memento.
This is the way this works.
Holy shit.
And of course, on top of that, we have the active
Glock,
modifiers.
I did not.
We
Division
have 5 of them this
first
season.
and only channel.
So let's look at them. First, I think, I'm going to start with the target-rich environment, which is an active that you can use to actually add marks to unmarked targets. So that's just going to help you go up in score as you do that. And you also get, I'm reading in the same time because I'm trying to refresh my memory and not say something stupid. But you also get a boost in the bonuses you get from the attributes when you have that. Also, you see passive modifier values are multiplied by 2 for the duration of the modifier. So this is really one that's just going to boost everything across the board. Then you have the links. So broken link is one that freezes your attributes and then gives you, again, boost your passive modifiers and boost you overall. But then the real fun part is the other ones, the assault link, the security link, and the tech link. Obviously, each one of them is connected, again, to one mindset, to one color, red, blue, or yellow. So when you take the assault link, for example, when you use it, you're going to get directly tier 5 in firearms. And then you get those extra bonuses on top of the bonus from the firearms and the tier 5. So Frozen, again, double passive, plus 5% weapon damage for every non-red core equipped. So there are some interesting combinations here you can do. And then the great thing about links is it also helps your teammates. And that's one thing.
Yeah, for sure. At the very least, we'll be able to go back to the season's climax and master mission and still use them there, right? I like
mechanics
that they made
that are much more team-based and team-minded. And that's something that we did not necessarily deliver on in previous seasons, and we really wanted to try to focus on that with this season. So you'll see more of those. So a bit like the links you had in Division 1, again, where you would trigger it and then the whole team would be boosted. Those will do that as well. So on activation, allies within 10 meters are granted a boost to their firearm score, and the modifier's duration is increased by 3 seconds for each ally nearby.
Yeah, one thing that I heard, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first time that we're going to deliver an active modifier for the players since the beginning, right? So Broken Link will be available for them since the beginning.
That's true. We will be giving
don't have
you
to
an
go through
active
your journey.
right from the get-go.
You'll have active modifiers.
Which is going to be a change.
Off the jump,
it's going to be pretty cool. That's also why we have 5, so you still have a few to unlock afterwards.
That's a good change.
Yeah.
Cool. What else to say on this modifier? Sorry, not so much. Maybe I can just go and actually shoot things.
The pecan.
How about that?
That's always a good way of showing.
How about I show it in action? I'm going to do a very poor job at showing how it works because
Division 1 stuff.
I'm going to fail. But
after your quick explanation, I know that the community might have their own opinions about how these changes.
By the way, 400 people in stream. Thank you for being here.
Why these changes were made, but my understanding is that we're trying to offer some rewards for people to try different builds, right? Different combinations that can give different types of bonus.
Yeah, I mean, we'd like people to explore and try things. So here the idea is that also, with the links, as we've seen a link that we've seen a link that actually, a red link that gives you bonuses for all the non-red cores. So it's also trying more hybrid things, trying to, even if you want to be a DPS, maybe you don't have to completely lean into the red fantasy. Maybe the core can, or the active modifier and the modifier in general.
So you can see the bonuses by the hostiles' heads.
So you can try things that are maybe a bit more
the firearms buff
varied.
that they get.
So
the
yeah,
blue is the stamina buff.
That's kind of what we want. That's kind of what we want to see. And you'll see, so the enemies have those markers on them. So you see the blue one here, for example. So that blue circle above the enemy. So this is how you know what markers they have. Those are also modifiers for them. So this is the hostile or the equivalent of the hostile modifiers for this season.
That enemy has all three.
Each marker that they get gives them a bonus. So we can go through that afterwards because I don't know them by heart. So it's not just increasing your score when you take them down, but it's also good to know that when they have those markers, that means they are also more dangerous.
So when I see someone with the red marker, it means that by killing that enemy, I'm gonna get firearms
Sandy's on
points,
TV.
right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And if I'm by any chance in a place that I don't have enemies with markers, there's always, that's one of the active modifiers that you have, the target rich environment. So you can create your own. You increase the difficulty, but you can also benefit from that by farming, right?
Yes. See, I triggered the.
So he's got the
active now.
Firearms over
so I got
right
my
here.
bonus. I don't know if this was a good time to do it, but anyway.
Cool.
It's probably not a good time to do it because now I'm just chasing the NPCs instead of letting them come to me. But anyway.
And from the players who are just finishing Rogue Momentum, we're going from a season that is very based on fast-paced gameplay to be more tactical, right? So we want them to explore more these type of decisions, like activating the modifier in the right moment, so you can benefit from that.
Yeah, there's a bit more. It's a bit more slow-paced, a bit more tactical, a bit more group-based as well.
Yes, it is.
That's the hope anyway.
That's the pecan.
As much as we can talk about tactical things with our hardcore players here that tend to just face tank and rush everything. But yeah, that's kind of what we want. We want you to try to make some decisions, some quick decisions, look at
hopefully you'll like this season, Hayes. We're getting new play space and new missions with Brooklyn.
I know that the fast pace of Rogue Momentum was well appreciated. I've seen some people saying they will miss especially the movement speed buff. I will miss it too, but therefore hopefully we are bringing you some new fun things to play around with. People will have noticed, I'm sure, but I'm playing with the Pacan already. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. We're going to talk about gear. I have a lot of gear to show.
There's a lot of gear to show, yes. So yeah, there's I rescued hostages. Look at me, yeah.
The Division 3 is in the works.
All
yes,
right, let's look at the gear
They confirmed that a while ago.
Because again, the PTS is already live. I'm sure there's already people that are streaming the PTS and showing the modifier in way better ways than I am. I can maybe afterwards go back in the world and play a bit more.
Yeah. So yeah, we have the gears and we have. Should we start with?
I thought we got delted at first.
Sure. So yes, we have the Pacan. So once again, as far as gear goes, yes, Division 1 was a big inspiration here. The idea was like, can we bring back some items straight out from the first game, or at least some inspiration from them? And you will see that across a lot of the things we're bringing. The Pacan, though, it's straight out. Pretty much brought back from Division 1, so this is an NMG.
Hot Sauce Division 3 was confirmed in September 2023.
The talent of the Pacan is that each kill with the weapon will give you a stack of 50% magazine size increase for the next magazine, so on your next reload, up to 4 stacks, so you can get plus 200% max size on your next reload, which of course is an NMG.
That's the talent from Division 1.
Is a nice addition. So that's a fun one.
Kills.
And the reload time is actually very decent for an LMG with this one. So that's
tell me if you own the Division 2 on PC, browse through your Ubisoft Connect library. You should find it in there for installation.
As well that we can talk about. We have those two. those two named weapons. We have the Lord and the
This is
Purist.
going to be something. Look at the talent on this.
And these actually have the new talent, Streamline, in perfect version because they are named here. And Streamline is actually renamed, but this is a return of Focused from the first game, which was the talent that gave you increased weapon damage when no skills are on cooldown. So you see those two with a very nice 87%.
It's got to be too high.
87%.
There's no way that makes it through.
A lot.
It's a lot.
Weapon damage when no skills are on cooldown. So go red builds.
Everything is up to balance, right? So
Yeah.
the main thing here about a PTS is making sure that we can break the game, so when we release, we have it in a good state.
Yeah. How will watch points work moving forward? We'll cover that. We'll get to that. Don't worry.
Send your questions, but we're gonna cover all the questions by the end. We're gonna have some few already. Our CMs are helping us to collect them. What else do we have?
All right, so we have the Tinkerer,
The mask,
and the new mask.
The visual look of the
so
Tinkerer is not the final version, by the way. It's not going to be
for
the same as
Division
the
1
Catharsis.
players, you will recognize the fingerprint of Alpha Bridge here. And so the idea is if your primary and secondary weapons are not exotic or named and of the same type, the second weapon's talent will be applied to the primary weapon. So what this means is just if you have two assault rifles that are not exotic or named, you will combine their talents together, or you will take the talent of the second one on the first one. So this will allow you to have two talents on a weapon, which should make up for the fact that it's not named or exotic. There's probably some combinations there that we're going to regret. But yeah, and this was the main functionality of the Alpha Bridge gear set in Division 1. We did not bring it back as a gear set. We made it an exotic functionality here. But I think there's going to be a lot of fun combinations that we're going to see with this one, and maybe a bit
What's
of
up, Peter? How you doing, man?
Reshuffle of some meta builds. It's going to be interesting.
and the holster.
By the way, almost 500 people here watching with me. Appreciate y'all being here, folks. Thank you for
on the holster. Well,
spending your morning hours here.
It's very simply called the Nimble holster because it brings back Nimble.
Oh, look, it's like a clear
was
holster.
A talent in
That's
Division
cool.
1 as well.
You can see his pistol
which
right
was
through
the
it.
idea, or the talent describes receive repairs of 5% of your total armor for every 1 meter run in cover to cover. And damage taken while doing a cover to cover is healed over 10 seconds. So this is basically, a bit like how Nimble worked in Division 1. You do cover to cover, you heal yourself.
That's true, Jacuzzi. It's basically going to be a stat stick.
It might be an interesting one for survivability, maybe for some more solo players. It's going to be interesting to try.
What's going on, Emery?
Just a quick reminder here, because some people noticed that when you were showing the mask, the beard was clipping through the mask. It's the PTS version, so we have a lot of work to do until the final release, right?
Well, you don't like my beard clipping through the mask? I think that's pretty tricky.
I think
good note for him to make, though, for people who don't
It's
know.
something. I'm not going to say that it's pretty. It's something.
Burnt, it's a new RPK.
All right.
It's the pecan from
we
the
have
Division
the new
1.
gear set.
This is, dude, the
measured
gear set
assembly.
is, I'm so excited for
As the name implies, here we are seeing a reinterpretation of final measure.
Which was always the gear set I wanted back.
Remember? Now this one is
I told
a bit
him that
different,
like 3 years ago.
The spirit is still here. So what it does on the 4-piece talent, you receive +1 skill tier for each ally agent that is within the range of your hive or
Synergy, thank you so
smart
much.
cover.
I appreciate
for those of
it.
you who will unlock smart cover by owning the Brooklyn DLC. While at skill tier 6, having at least one ally agent in the range of your hive or smart cover for 4 seconds will grant overcharge for 15 seconds. And finally, and the coolest part, which is the final measure part, mortars and enemy skills that enter the range of your hive or smart cover will be destroyed.
So it can diffuse mortar shots that come in.
So
I don't know
this
if
is
that counts for
one,
grenades. I assume so.
Kind of a team-based, again, gear set, because you get boosted for each ally that is within range of your skills. Skills that themselves boost your allies, so everybody wins. But more importantly, it just soaks the skill proxies and dangerous things that the enemies are throwing at you, the way that Final Measure used to soak the grenades that were thrown at you in Division 1. So that's going to be also interesting to see how people play around with this.
Cool.
What else do we have? I can talk about the brand set quickly because once again, there is a small inspiration here from Division 1. which is this stat, the threat.
Navier, yes, the modifiers were the first thing that went
what
over.
about bringing this kind of things
feel free
to a
to
brand
scroll
as
back in
well?
the
So
pod.
now you have this
Or, of
brand
course,
that
we'll
will
look
give
at
you
it over the
plus
course of the
100. The second
PTS weekend.
piece would give you plus 100% increased threat. So
So we have
again,
increased
interesting
threat on
to
a
see if
brand,
team
not
dynamics.
necessarily
We
tied
can
to
see
a
some more
gear set.
aggro-based roles or tank roles that could potentially benefit from that. And the cool thing is we have the named version in the knee pads that are bugged on the PTS, but will be fixed because they will have the perfect attribute version of this, which is actually a reduced threat. So
you
you
can
will
use
be able to
reduced
play around
threat
with that.
on yourself.
Yeah,
which
we released the known issues. We know a lot of them,
interesting
but
to see how
please
that'll work in
Oh,
gameplay.
here,
feel free
actually
to
not here, but it's
report
gonna
as
be-
well if you find any. But
Yeah.
we have the known issues
Your-
updated.
your
I appreciate
increased
it very
threat will
much,
become
Dennis.
Reduced threat. You're
Thank
not
you
going
for
to
the
get
love.
both increased and reduced. That would be
Rogue
stupid.
family, what's going on?
Did I miss anything? Did I get everything?
The holster, Pacan, mask, brand set, gear set, named weapons. Went through everything, I think. We
Yeah.
talk about the
Rogue family with a 9-month member message saying hype. Indeed,
I
appreciate
see
you, man.
you people
Thank you
in
for being a
chat
member for
making fun
9
of the fact
months.
that there
That
is a
means a
bug.
lot.
you talk about the Pierce inlet, right?
Of the what?
The named
Yeah.
weapons.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've shown the weapons, yeah.
yeah. So there's one more surprise that we have for this, right?
A
Because
surprise.
there's another gear that it's a reference to the Division 1. That's the one-strap backpack, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you show
I
us?
don't have it.
Folks.
We need
You don't?
I actually knew about this from the trip.
I hope we
One
have
straps
a-
are back.
an image of that.
Oh, okay. We have,
Yay.
yeah. Okay. You're seeing
Super
there.
grainy photo. Look at that.
Correct.
This is not on
Look
me,
at
but
that.
yes, finally, we did it. We cracked it. We have the technology. After years and years and years of research, I wish we had a TV ad where we would see scientists doing some research. That's almost how we work. But no, this is mostly talent from our art team. But yes, we are able to one one-strap backpacks into the Division 2. There are some caveats. There's going to be some specific requirements. It only works with vest, but actually hide the chest piece because we can't have it show when there is a chest piece. There's a few more specific things. Maybe you have that listed.
Yeah, I have, and only on shirts and uniforms that have space for it in front.
Yeah, so only there's space in front for it. So once again, it's not going to work with everything, but we should be able to expand on that moving forward. But yes, finally, we're going to start seeing some one-strap backpacks
100% Adam.
in the Division 2.
Yeah, I just arrived in this community, but it seems like a very popular thing. So I'm glad that we did it.
Yes, it was worth it.
Okay.
Strap backpacks.
So, yes.
Yeah, let's go for the questions.
Sorata, take my money. Oh, don't worry, we will take your money.
Do you wanna cover anything else, or should I go for the questions?
It's not all just going to be monetized, by the way. There will be some gameplay rewards as well for this one-strap backpack. We are not that evil.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, so maybe I should actually go to... there's a couple of things I want to show, if that's okay.
Of course.
Is it okay, Leo?
Just arrived.
You're the host, you tell me.
Yeah. It's okay. I give
You're
you
allowed.
permission. Yeah.
You're new here, but you're allowed to tell me
Permission
to just shut my mouth.
Yeah. No, I will.
Good.
Your
You may
time
pay
will come.
you may pay the price later, but
Your
that
time
will-
will come.
That will be off screen. Okay, couple of things I want to show.
Let's see the
actually,
journey.
let's start here because let's talk about that.
They're fixing the
So
mules,
yes, there was
as
a
we looked
question
at.
on scavenging points. So let's talk about that. And this one is a change that's been long overdue. And I mean, you might not all be happy about it, but it had to happen. People used to be able to get their scavenging points back by just starting a new character, leveling up to like at level 30 if you're on Warlords of New York, bring it to 40, get your scavenging points, get materials, rinse and repeat. As you may know, with Brooklyn, we're going to be introducing a level 40 boost. So you will be able to start level 40. And that's an issue with scavenging, amongst other things. Because then that practice would become actually quite game breaking. So now was the time to act. Once again, it's not just because of that. It's something we've wanted to revisit for some time. So with this season, we are going to make the change
Pizza, I feel like
that
many
now the
people are gonna
scavenging
be
points will be spent
on the
once
same-
per account.
On the
So
same
when
wave
you
as you
spend
there.
a scavenging point, no matter which character it is on, it is not available on the other characters anymore. It is spent once. That being said, what we are doing to
No
try
more
to
watch
soften
mules.
the deal is that we're going to give all of you your scavenging points back once. So what that means is that for
Oh,
me,
wow.
you see on my account, I am shade level 567. Don't make fun, I know I'm a noob compared to a lot of you. And that means when I will log in on day one, when the season launches, I will be granted 113 scavenging points on top of the ones I have spent already. So we're going to allow you to respend them one more time, but this will be the last time you get
That's honestly
scavenging
more
points
than
for
I
free.
expected. So
After that, once you get them,
bravo to that.
you spend them and they're spent. They're spent on materials that are shared across the
Yeah,
account
May
anyway, so
27th,
it shouldn't
Camille.
matter too much which character you use them on.
That's when the
but you will
DLC
not
comes
be able
out
to get
and
them
this
again.
season.
And this is very important for us for the health of the game moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Watch Mules made it as long as they
And
did.
we
I
have
So
thought
if
they
you
would've
still
been
want to do that,
fixed a long time ago.
you have a month ahead of you to still do that practice before we fix it.
And I have the other thing that I might know what you're looking for. Is the journey, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm starting reading your mind now. I'm gonna get good at
I
it.
It's
want to
called
see
the
the
sandwich,
journey.
right?
What
I
changes
show the
have been
cool
made.
stuff and the stuff that's a bit more controversial and now good stuff again. All right. So you need new ways to farm materials. Don't worry, there will be new ways. We're also going to have events where you can get more materials and all of that. So this is not us saying you're not allowed to have materials. We just
That's cool.
want you to get materials the way it's meant to be obtained. All right. So couple things that are going to change with this season on the journey, and one is also long overdue, is that you will now actually share the progression on your journey with your team. As in,
There
when
we
you have
go.
to do kills, when you have to do things like that, when you have to do objectives,
Team-wide
if you're
journey
in a group,
progression.
everybody gets credited for the achievements or for the ticks, which means that you're no longer going to have to sometimes actually play solo just to progress your journey because playing in a group was actually penalizing you. This goes in that direction again of trying to be trying to have a season that is a bit more
Tom, the
encouraging
current
team
cap
play.
is 28, so I
now
assume next season it's
you're
going to
actually
be
going to be rewarded for it on
29.
your journey.
but I don't know
and
that
then
for
the
absolute certain.
the other thing that's going to come with this journey, we are changing the structure once again to open it up even more than what it used to be. So just like last season, we are going to have mission 1 and 2 that are optional, and these are more low-level minded objectives for people that are going through the progression from level 1 to 40, so they can start progressing their journey. Level 3 will be, or mission 3 will be unlocked right from the beginning, so you can start with that one. But what we're doing this time is we've changed the
saying
way
it's
we're
30 from the
distributing
PTS,
the
cool.
modifiers.
Appreciate that.
And you're actually going to unlock passive modifiers and active modifiers through your mission journey. So that's the active, at least it's not new. What's new is that the passives, it doesn't show here because once again PTS and the UI is still being worked
you get
on.
passes from the
But the
individual.
passive modifiers are actually rewarded
challenges.
as objective rewards. So each one of those 3 mission will have 2 objectives that are going to each grant you a passive modifier. And each one of those 3 missions also give you one of those links as a reward.
I still
Now,
personally
the cool
wish it
thing
was on
is
priority
that
objectives.
once you complete
I
mission
feel like
3
that pigeonholes
all
you a bit
3
more
of them will
into,
unlock
because the whole idea with only
together,
doing 6
and
was to
all
allow
3
you
of
to
them will
choose.
progress at the same time. So you get to decide which one you want to prioritize, but you don't have to do them sequentially. You can do all 3 of them at the same time, and you can decide if you want to target the assault one, the security one, the tech one, and you will get the passive modifiers also as part of that. Once you reach a specific threshold in their progression, then you unlock mission 7, and mission 7 will have the other passive modifiers. The hybrid passive modifiers are going to be assigned also to objectives here. So this is a bit, you gain a bit more control over your progression.
problem, Peter,
but
do it.
overall the
Totally.
progression is also going to be faster because once again, team kills will count towards your progression, and 2, all those 3 missions will actually be unlocked at the same time and progress at the same time.
Okay. Do you want to answer some questions now?
I'm trying to think, is there something else? But let's see if we have questions first.
Okay, so ongoing directive will get benefit from Pacan.
That's a very good question.
Do you have a very good answer?
I don't know.
with the
Okay.
max size?
That's fine. Should I go to the next one then?
Yeah.
The Pacan talent seems to be based off the base mag of 40. Is that intended?
No, that shouldn't be. I don't know, because I guess you have you have the plus 20 rounds here. That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not the designer who designed it, so we will need to get back to you on that and see.
Okay, next one. Which exotic is in the climax mission?
What's up, Postman?
Which what? Sorry.
Which exotic
Which one? Which exotic?
is in the climax?
Please don't make it the Alpha Bridge one.
I don't remember. Help me out. Isn't that in the patch notes?
I don't think so as well.
I don't
We
want
have
to
a lot
wait
of
for
questions and
Alpha
zero
Bridge
answers so far,
until
but
See,
we're
I-
gonna get better at that.
I can prepare to do my speech, but not to answer questions. It's not the Pacan. It's one of the other two. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. No, I don't have it.
put
I
the
see a
nimble
lot
holster.
of questions in chat about Lexington. We know.
Yeah.
We know. Some of you missed the Lexington, didn't get it. You want other opportunities to get the Lexington. We know.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm right there with you,
questions
Adam.
as well.
I'm right there with you.
All right.
It's a travesty.
Oh, it's the mask. Okay, I got the
No!
the answer.
It's the mask.
It's the mask.
Okay, cool.
Tinker.
No.
Cool. So it's that one.
Okay, it's been answered. Thank you for the production.
We
for
don't get
helping
Alpha
us.
Bridge
Thank you,
until
team.
Yeah,
Behind
thank
the
you,
screens.
team. That's
like
okay.
3 months
All
after the season
exotics
launches.
being made available on PTS.
Yes, they're all on the PTS. Yeah, you get all of them from the.
I mean, hey, it
from
means
the cache at the
everybody's
vendor.
going to be doing the scouts.
Okay.
And you get
But
all
damn,
the
dude, I don't
modifiers
wanna wait that
unlocked,
long.
so you can try out all the things.
I'm jumping to the modifiers question now. Can we get a matchmake system to select if you want matchmake with players who have modifiers disabled or enabled?
Well, that should be already the case, right? Normally, we've made the change so that if you have your modifier disabled, you're only matchmaking with people who don't have modifier enabled. I think I'm trying to remember. These are all discussions, but we changed the matchmaking already. Was it last season or the season before that to take the modifier status into account? So unless I'm mistaken, this is already in the game.
Okay, so now this is not a question, it's a feedback that I would like you to comment. Someone said that we need the nerfs removed so playing without the seasonal modifiers isn't as tedious and cumbersome.
The nerfs don't affect
What nerfs?
That's the
2%
I'm
nerfs to
guessing
striker.
that it's like
Come
the changes in general.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'd rather you play with the modifier. So we are trying to make it as fun as possible to play with the modifier. You can always choose to turn it off, but most
By the
of
way,
the season is
600
built
people
around
in here
that.
watching the stream. Thank you all so much
that's
for
kind of
spending
our
your time.
intention to try to
If you've not hit the
convince you to
like
play
button
with
yet
it.
and you want to help support
Okay,
myself, I
that's
would
a good one.
appreciate it.
How long will the PTS be going for? Is there a release when this new season comes out?
So yeah, the PTS is scheduled for 3 days until Monday. Basically, you will have 3 days. Please send us all the feedback you can get, or you can send us, and we'll take that into account. As we've said, all the values here, everything is up for discussion. So do let us
Appreciate
know
it,
how
pizza.
it feels. And the season will come out on a date that you know, which is May 27th. So the same day as the launch of the Brooklyn DLC. It's a big day for us.
Yeah, we're gonna have everything there, and
Thank you, Dragon.
we got some questions about the DLC. I'm gonna go for them now. Then we come back to the year 7. So some people ask about new level cap of 50 for the DLC.
No, we are not increasing the level cap with the DLC. So the level cap remains at 40. It is the same. So you're not going to have to regrind your gear. You're not going to have to change anything. If you're going there level 40, you can already, the DLC will adapt to your world difficulty as well. So if you're usually playing in Heroic, the DLC will directly be in Heroic. And we are not raising level
Appreciate
cap.
it very much, Batman. Good to see
we
you too.
didn't want to do that because we didn't have any new gameplay proposition with the DLC to
Would have been
justify
cool
a
to see
level
the
cap
house, but we
increase.
got
So
the
if it's
MPX
just
exotic variant already. Yeah.
a
Love to see
hidden
the Liberator
vibe to
return.
force
Oh,
you to
what a throwback.
regrind the same gear, that's not interesting. So we didn't want
What's
to
up,
do that.
Swag?
Questions also about any raid or incursion on this new DLC.
No, there are no radar incursion included in the DLC. What you see is what you get. That's what we've revealed.
Store, they've talked about that on Twitter before.
So
unfortunately, it's a pretty big technical limitation.
The missions,
the older consoles would crash if such a thing was added. But they didn't talk about it on the stream
50
specifically.
stash space. I'm trying to remember the checklist of everything. That
Mike,
comes
they
with
did
the
not
DLC.
talk about cross progression.
The hunters or the open world
Thank you very much,
stuff,
Terrence.
but
What
there is
happened
no
to
radar
the Division
incursion
3? It's being worked on.
Okay,
but it's
question
still
regarding the
probably many years
expansion.
from
Will it
releasing.
have trophies, achievements?
I don't remember.
Also a good question. Will I have to pay for the new DLC if I have the Ultimate version?
If you have the previous Ultimate version, yes, you will have to pay for the DLC. We are changing the offering of the Ultimate edition for new buyers, so that will include the DLC with a price that is adjusted, of course. If you bought the Ultimate edition in the past, even though it's called the same, it's not the same version,
Dragon,
so you
8
will have to
new
buy the
Hunter
DLC.
masks. Yeah, Mystic, ideally it would be great for a technical perspective
when can I
if we could ditch
pre-order
the old
new
consoles,
DLC?
but that would be them leaving a lot of revenue
I
on
have
the
no
table. That keeps the
You
game
don't know
going,
that,
so
but you
unfortunately
can
it's kind
answer
of
if we're gonna have new
unnecessary
skills.
evil,
Because
I imagine.
we released the showcase 2 days ago, so we have a new skill, right?
Yeah. We have the new skill. We have Smart Cover that is also a throwback to Division 1, and that will be exclusive to DLC owners. Once you have it, you can use it in the rest of the game. It's the same model as in Warlords of New York, where we had skills that were connected to the DLC. So you will unlock it as part of your progression in the DLC, and then you get to keep it.
That's going to be fun,
Cool.
guys. I
Going
had a
back
lot of fun
to
with it
the
in
modifier,
the demo.
to the gear. So we were talking about one of the talents, I believe, that says that no skills on cooldown. Someone want to clarify that better. Like, does that mean that both skills must be active, being used for the talent, or can both skills not be used at all and the talent will proc?
I mean, we could try it out, to be honest, but
Sounds good, Tom. Appreciate you stopping by.
if both skills are not active, you will get the bonus. Another question is, do you get it when both skills are active? I know it doesn't work with the shield, so let's see what I have here.
Any insight on if they will ever do new raids? Previously, they put out in a Q&A, Progman, they said they have no current plans to do more incursions or raids.
No, right
we
now
will
I'm
see.
challenging. I know that it might make some people laugh.
Any word on the recent Twitch drops not
But
showing
the
up in
point here
game?
is not
Daria
to show
just
you my
tweeted
skills.
while the stream was going
Which
that
I
they're
have
looking
very
into it
little of
postman.
anyway. So this would be, I guess,
At
I
least
don't know
think
if
I
the
should
talent
probably
is gonna show. That's the problem. I would need to
check
go
that.
to the
Yeah, she did.
shooting range probably. Can take more questions, but I try to try
Yeah.
this out and we see what happens.
So people are asking to buff Ouroboros and Eagle Bearer for PvE. What's your take?
Ouroboros and Eagle Bearer for PvE.
PvE, yeah.
Maybe. I know that some people still miss the old Eagle Bearer before we made the changes to it, so,
OG
so I'm not
Eagle
surprised
Bear.
to hear that.
Will talents double, like killer plus killer? That's one of the questions I get.
I don't understand the question.
If the talents will double, I think like if you're gonna have two
If you
talents,
you can't get twice the same talents.
you cannot.
No,
Okay.
that was with the
Will the patience talent ever be reintroduced?
I don't know.
Patience down.
Not with this season anyway. So I can't talk in the future. I can't say yes or no for sure. But I've seen people in chat say, "Oh, half of the questions are I don't know." Well, yeah. I'm sorry. I
It's
don't
part
know
of it,
things
yeah.
in the game.
Will the broken armor bug ever be fixed?
Interesting, Night Ghost. No, they have not. They did not talk about the
I'm
Manhunter
not the one
Scouts at
fixing
all.
the bugs. Yes, I hope.
That's the goal.
But I'm kind of glad they hit
So
it,
the bugs.
right? We actually
Yeah.
get a bit of a
Cool.
story surprise to learn later on.
What else do I have here? Are we getting a leaderboard reset in year 7?
Mike, they're taking questions from the live Twitch chat on the Division specific
Not planned
channel.
right now, but yes,
Like the
leaderboard
official
resets on a
broadcast.
seasonal basis is something that would be interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a new high variant with smart cover?
A new high variant with smart cover.
Yeah, that's the question.
No, it's not connected. I mean, yes, the gear set applies to the Hive as well, but it's the Hive as it exists today.
Will there be a chance that we'll update the maps in conflict?
Update the maps in conflict?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, one day I hope, and I know that there's a PvP crowd in chat here. I know there's been questions on PvP and people saying that there's not much again for PvP players in this update. That's true. I know every update you come with hope that we're gonna have some big PvP changes, and very often we don't. There are some elements here that are going to play a role in PvP, so hopefully it's going to reshuffle things. But of course, once again, no big focus on PvP with this update.
Okay, let me go through the. About the DLC, the question about if you can pre-order, you can wishlist on Connect already. So there's a link for that, just so if you want to be.
He's actually brand new, Xavier. I got to talk to him while I was at Massive. He started
way for you to
3 weeks ago
wishlist,
on
and
the
also
job,
we got some people talking about
is actively trying to
Twitch
learn about
drops
Division.
Issue from the 23rd. So we're looking into it, but it might take some time for the rewards to show up depending on the platform that you are. So I know that some people are frustrated about that. We are investigating, but it really depends on your platform and how long it's taking to being given. So yeah, we will give more updates as soon as we have more.
Yeah.
If they could do it easily, they would, Dragon, and they've said that before, but it's a huge endeavor, and it comes with a lot of risk, because you're migrating save files, and obviously we know this team has had technical issues in the past.
That is assigned to the climax is not it's not exclusive to the master climax, right? You always have the chance to get it as part of the normal climax. Yes, that means it comes towards the end of the season. But first, let's try it on the PTS, and then we'll see where we land.
They're live on Twitch, Christian.
Will there be a cap on expertise?
We're talking about expertise. We'll talk about more about that in the future. But that's on the table, yes.
Okay. Can I have bigger groups playing?
Bigger groups?
Bigger groups.
No.
Nope.
He's like, that would break the entire game.
Still 4 and 8-4 raids are countdown, but we don't have plans to make bigger ones.
Okay, another question about increasing stuff. So wouldn't there be a way to increase the composition of builds from 16 to 20 or 30?
What, loadouts? Is that what this is referring to?
Yeah, composition of builds. That's the whole question. So I honestly don't know.
In attributes, otherwise, I don't know.
Yeah, let me check what else we have here.
Why ignoring all raid and incursion questions? We've answered that question.
The difference, Mike, is that Rainbow has several hundred people on its dev team, and a lot of them have worked on the game from the beginning. The Division 2 had to redo its entire dev team with all new people who didn't build the base game.
Can we get a 5th character?
And there's less than 100 people working on the game.
No, we've dropped that idea some time ago.
Very different circumstances.
We had talked about bringing a 5th character when we were talking about doing seasonal characters a long time ago. We are no longer talking about that. So with that, the idea of a seasonal character, of a 5th character, also kind of died down.
I think everybody here knows how many technical issues Division 2 has had since Season 9 began. Can you imagine them trying to do crossplay and migrating save files?
To use
that would be
for this 5th
that would be something. That's not to say I don't want it. I would love that.
Existing
I would love crossplay and cross progression. But
7th gear piece? No, we don't have plans to have a 7th gear piece anytime soon.
Would there be one size update? Warlords of New York update?
First, we are making this DLC.
Well, Mike, I encourage you to
we'll see what the future
become
brings,
a game dev and go tell them how easy it is.
Let's finish that DLC first.
Okay.
True Patriot and System Corruption buff, please. Well, System Corruption I didn't comment on. True Patriot, I know I've said that we do want to revisit it. We will at some point.
True Patriot.
When we find the time to get to it. But yes, we have some ideas.
People are asking about a Kelso Rogue outfit. Do you have any comments about that?
No.
Nope. Okay.
Which means yes.
What else? A lot of questions about
anything new that I missed? Oh, there's been a lot of stuff, man.
About the blueprints.
We went over the patch notes yesterday. If you want to check my video on that, that's a bit more of a concise
mention that in the chat.
version of what we're
I
watching
guess
right
the
now.
question is about the old blueprints that still have not come back, and that every stream I say yes, I'm going to talk to the team to see, and every stream I still come back and I don't have news, and I still don't have news. It's on the radar. It's just it might sound simple and it might not be hard to do.
I didn't
It's
receive my
just a question
PTS.
of
Should I just
priority
wait?
and having the time and mind
Did you
space
check
to
in your
look at it.
Ubisoft Connect library? Because as long as you own the Division 2 on
if you have more
PC, that's where it should
questions,
show up.
please let us know in the chat. I'm going through the ones that I have here, but I'm saying that people are very excited about asking questions. Yeah.
Will you increase the number of people in the clan? Not right now. I hope we'll get to revisit clans at some point in the future, but
I'm sorry,
we don't have any
Postman.
concrete
Your
plans at the
dreams have been
moment.
shattered.
Can you do a backflip? Me? No. Leo, I don't know, but
No,
I cannot.
I cannot as well.
More raids if we buy the DLC 10 times.
Make a brief
I mean,
explanation
you're welcome to buy the
video of the
DLC 10
stream.
times. You're still
Rahul,
only gonna need it once on
99%
your
of the
account,
stream
though,
we
so I
covered
would not
yesterday in
advise
my
that.
PTS patch notes
And
video.
I
Highly
don't know
recommend
that
you
this
check
would
that out.
necessarily
The only real reveals of this
influence the
stream
raid discussion
are
that much. So
watch
use
mules
your
are going
money on other
away.
things.
Single strap backpacks are coming back.
buy the DLC once, though.
Those might be the only
That
two
helps.
big reveals that weren't in the patch notes.
How
How much to hire someone from the old team? They're all working on Division
more
3.
new character customization.
moment.
Well, we have new things that are going to be coming. And wasn't there one we were supposed to talk about in there somewhere?
What were?
The new customization options.
New customization
I don't
options.
think so.
Trying to look at the
The
patch
notes.
notes.
We
and
got
what
some
we
in
got.
it, yeah.
We have new customization,
Indeed.
new type of
Bing bong.
customization that's
Once
coming.
drops are back.
New skins, new type of skins, and things like that. That's coming very soon. But new customization options, like for your character, for example, or new slots of customization or whatever. This is not something we have coming anytime soon.
8 new hunters. Will they all be in
Keep
Brooklyn?
restarting the Ubisoft Connect
Yes.
tab, but the PTS doesn't
The
appear.
8 Brooklyn hunters will be in Brooklyn, so you will have to find them in that map
Be
specifically.
sure to try searching it up on there
We're
and
not adding
scrolling all the way down
hunters
in your
to-
library.
New hunters to the Washington DC or
If you still don't see it,
Manhattan.
then maybe reach out to Ubisoft support. Limitless, they usually save those things
The
for
beard boss in Brooklyn Underground. No,
the
there's
launch.
there's one already, and that's enough.
or the launch stream, perhaps.
Are you planning to take any precautions against cheater? Okay. Yes,
Depends
I
on
mean we are. We are. Again, it's I have that speed every time, so I know it's gonna sound old. But yeah, we do take actions all the time against cheaters. We just don't comment on it, but we do. And yes, there may be cheaters that we haven't caught. There may be some that you know, that you've seen, that you've reported, that haven't been punished. It's a process, but that doesn't mean we are
To
not
my
doing
knowledge,
anything.
Bing Bong, there will be a combination of the two
There will be more,
I don't know the
more
specific
loadout slots.
rules because you can only use
More
it on
loadout
certain
slots.
clothing items that don't have
I
the
don't
vest
know.
appearing.
I would like to.
So we might have to just
but,
wait and
that's
see
the same. It's always a question
how it's
of
going to work.
can we afford doing that, and how is that going to influence the performance in the game. We've already increased the stash space. Last season we're going to increase it a bit more again this season with Brooklyn.
That's essentially what they said
Once
like 2
again,
years
if you
ago,
purchase
Mike. They've
Brooklyn,
been
you will
getting the
get
question for
50
years.
stash space on top
And
of
they
that, so that's
gave a
another
detailed
increase that we
explanation
need
years
to
ago.
monitor. So with every increase, we take it incrementally and we see how that influences the performances. And loadout is a bit the same. It's all extra data that we need to save.
We have someone asking for the one strap backpack. When we're gonna have it? It's going to be on the new season, year 7, season 1. We covered that. I don't know if the person missed or asking like,
Mhm.
okay, you show the thing when we can get it. But yeah. What else do we have here?
Can we get more raids? Yes, I wish we could get more raids. Raids are very hard to make, so it's a big ask. But I would like to be able to make more. Am I aging? Yes, I am. I can tell you.
Hot Sauce, the level
I am
40
aging.
boost will be available on May
I feel it.
27th when the DLC launches.
I must confess that I never faced aging so much
so the
as
holster apparel
I've
slot
done
was
recently.
debate. No, they added one.
There's a point where
The
it
St.
just hits
Patrick's
Yeah,
outfit has a holster.
For me, it was
skin
yesterday. It was
slot.
my birthday.
Or holster
Then I
skin
realized, oh my
piece.
god, I'm getting old.
Can the new DLC be bought with premium credits or only real money? No, it's going to have to be real money. You can't buy the DLC with premium credits.
Thank you so much, Warpony. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching.
Yannick,
That's what
I've
makes it
seen
all
your question
possible.
a few times, Sector. Sorry for not picking it up, but I'm not sure what you mean. Yannick, new minimap in the next season. I don't know what you mean with new minimap. Do you want to be able to customize it, or can we get an open all cache option? So we're not going through our textile one cache at a time. Yes, I agree. That would be great. I think it's actually quite tricky because there's a lot of edge cases we need to take into account, because a lot of things can go wrong if you open everything at once. And where do we put everything? What if you reach a cap, and where do we put that, and whatever. But yes, that's definitely high on the priority list of quality of life we would like to do.
There you go. That's the
Can we
open
get the
all
dino
cache
suit?
discussion.
Digitical, I see you. I've told you already. No, I don't know. I'm not ready. Are we gonna have the apparel event back? Not in its current, or not in the previous form. Like
RJ, they took that question earlier,
we are
and they
exploring
said they don't
bringing
know.
back events that are going to be distributing cosmetics in a different way. Something closer to the way apparel events used to be, but not exactly the same way. We want something that's a bit more fun and a bit more interesting gameplay rather than just grinding to get keys. Plans to rework exotic talents no one uses. Plans is a big word, but yes, we want to revisit some exotics and some items in general. We've done a big balancing pass in the past already. There are more balancing changes we want to do, but also potentially revisits and redesigns are not off the table. So there may be.
Bender, what he's referring to is the Red Storm, which is the team that always made new division PvP stuff and did the balancing. Stream froze. They were moved off of the game to work on Heartland 5 years ago. And after Heartland got canceled, they did not get put back on Division 2. So, while I would love more PvP stuff myself, it doesn't seem too realistic at the current time.